You recently had Muhammad Ali transition from the land of the living. All of these people were saying how much he was beloved, how much he transcended race, how he was a fighter for social justice. But oftentimes, they conveniently left out how the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and brother Malcolm X played a huge part in Ali transitioning from Cassius Clay to becoming the world-renowned boxer, Muhammad Ali. Not only that, but white supremacists hated Ali's guts because he was outspoken and professed his love for black people. They were not comfortable with Muhammad Ali because he was not just there to entertain them, speak against black folks, go along to get along, and worship white women. Many other athletes and entertainers were willing to do so, and that is one reason why many did not like Ali to begin with. Oh, and we can't forget the Vietnam War that he refused and became a conscientious objector to. See, Ali from the start said that he would not go to war to fight for rights that he did not have. Remember how those white supremacist news reporters were interviewing black athletes, and many of them did the safe thing, which was to speak out against Ali and shame him for taking a stand. But at the meeting in Cleveland, Jim Brown, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, Carl Stokes, Bobby Mitchell, Jim Shorter, Walter Beach, John Wooten, Curtis McClinton and Willie Davis. I give praise to those black men for taking a stance which was unpopular at the time. Eventually, others including white America began to jump on the Ali bandwagon when they realized that they did not approve of the war. Some were sincere, others were opportunist in white society. But Ali was ahead of the curve with his stance on it. He was stripped of his title and began touring around the world and speaking at universities. The Nation of Islam even paid him to do lectures so he could continue to make a living for himself. Years later he was reinstated into the boxing arena, and by this time, he emerged into a black hero all over the world. As the rumble in the jungle clearly showed once he touched the soil in the motherland, white supremacists continued to hate Ali along with handkerchief-headed Sambos and bootlickers. When he began to develop Parkinson's and lost his ability to communicate is when others began to somewhat like Ali, if we will call it that. Only when it appeared that the tiger lost his fangs was when they began to say he was the greatest. How about that? You make excellent points, sir. Brother, you are on point. Thank you. I am glad that you get the point. Now, if you truly loved Ali, a man who spoke truth to power, how can you not like Jeremiah Wright, Louis Farrakhan, Harry Belafonte and others who speak out? When Jesse Williams spoke at the BET Awards, he said some things that Ali would have said. He was speaking with that spirit of a Muhammad Ali or a Malcolm X, but you had white supremacists wanting to have Jesse Williams fired from Grey's Anatomy. Now imagine this. This is from the same corporation, Disney, where Stephen A. Smith and Raven-Symoné says some of the most insulting things about the black community, and these same white supremacists hear these two buffoons speak, but there is no push to get them fired. But they want a man who simply said blacks should be treated with respect to get fired, which is very telling, I must say. We have just witnessed Alton Sterling and Philando Castile get murdered by race soldiers on camera. That only proved Jesse Williams' point. And the same old dig up the past of the victim template was used. For the phony fraudulent individuals who say all lives matter when people say black lives matter, if all lives mattered, then black lives should not be treated with disregard and a dismissive nature when black lives are taken by those who took an oath to protect and serve. But then again, are these race soldiers simply protecting and serving white supremacy? Looks like it to me.